Hello my loves, I hope you're all doing well. Has it been a good day? So here it is currently 10:30 at night and I've just finished this glam that's about to go straight off so that I can go straight to bed. But today I thought I would bring you a full face of Superdrug makeup. This entire face was all from Superdrug. Most of it was Revolution products, but there's a couple of other brands chucked in there as well. And the main star of the show was this Patricia Bright eyeshadow palette from Revolution. I've never seen this before. I hadn't seen any hype on it online, so I don't know if I've just missed the hype completely. And if people love it, but I tried it for the first time today, so you can see my little verdict on it at the end. But this is the look that I managed to create with it. I used it on my cheeks as well as my eyes. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy and let's get straight into the tutorial. Woo, some better days, some better days. But it's important to show it's not always sunshine and roses. Sometimes you get some spots, and I actually burnt my eyebrow on wax, and I think that's an important thing to show people, is it's not that you can burn your eyebrows on wax, but it's not always sunshine and roses. So the first thing I'm going to take, just for a bit of skincare, aloe water, Hydrogenius aloe water from L'Oreal. This stuff feels unbelievable on your skin. I can't even explain it. If anything, just the kind of aloe in it just calms your skin down. Love this stuff. Okay, step one for the eyes, I'm going to get me eyebrows out the way. So I'm going to take my Pears soap and a little bit of setting spray. Then grab a little brush. And this kind of almost acts like brow glue. So I'm just going to take the brush and it just kind of slicks my brow hairs up for me. So by the time I get to filling my brows in later, they'll be stuck down. But you do look a bit surprised for the moment. Okay, now all I'm going to do is take my Last Imperfection concealer from Collection and then just taking a flat concealer brush and cover my entire eyelid with that, and that's what I use to prime. Can't tell if that's the same formula, you know. So the only eyeshadow palette I'm going to use for this look is going to be the Patricia Bright and Revolution shadow palette. I'm going to start with the shade Biggest Fan on my Morphe M433. And I'm going to pop that in my transition. Wow, that's okay. She's pigmented. My idea for this look is like super glam. So everything that I do, I'm going to really blow out. So this shadow, I'm going to blend up right towards my brow bone. I'm going to flick it out towards my temple. The more you can blend it, the more glam it's going to be. So now I'm taking the shade 100% Cocoa on my MAC 233 brush, and I'm going to start adding that into the crease now. So again, my aim here is to really blow these shadows out. So I'm adding it into the crease, but I'm blending it far more than I usually would and really bringing it up in this outer corner in like a flick. Okay, now that colour is on, I'm going to take the shade Irreplaceable on my Morphe 456. And I'm going to start packing that on in the outer V, patting it in that general area, because again this is a blown out look, so I'm not going to put it as precisely in the outer V as I normally would. Just kind of patting it for the moment, building up the intensity and the pigment. And then I'm just grabbing my MAC brush that I just used and just using that to blend out slightly. So I am getting quite a bit of fallout with these shades. I feel like they're very buttery, which for the transition it was like, I'm obsessed. But I think maybe it might be almost a little bit too easy to blend them, that they may have the issue of becoming slightly muddy. But for the minute I am liking them. I just think that might be a problem further down the line. Okay, I'm going to go in and cut my crease now. So I'm going to do it larger than I normally would, taking that Collection concealer again. I'm going to really exaggerate the lid so you see like that's my kind of natural fold. And I'm going to really exaggerate it past that line. And then I think what I'm going to do is follow this line out into a little flick. Build that line up just a smidge. And then just kind of feather the cut crease out into it. And then just take a finger and very lightly blend out that edge. Okay, then I'm just going to take the brush that I took Irreplaceable on and just very gently pat over the outer corner area, just so that I've got a little bit of blend going on that already. Okay, so I'm going to take the white shade, which is called Angel, and I'm going to pop that on the inner corner, just kind of in this inner third. And this is on a Morphe 124, by the way. And then I'm just wetting my brush slightly, and I'm going to take a mix of the shade Darlings and Diamonds for Breakfast. Stop. So I'm basically just pushing that up against the white, and to blend them together best I can, I'm just taking a really gentle pressure and kind of tapping between. And then if you have to, you can go in with a little bit of the white on the same brush or another brush, just to make sure that that's a perfect kind of seamless blend. Okay, now I'm taking the shade You Are Gold, and this is what is going on the remainder of this little cut crease that we made. So pretty. These are like, I don't know what formula they are. They're almost like pressed pigmenty glitter. I don't know what they call these, but these are stunning. Okay, so now I'm taking a mix of Irreplaceable and a tiny bit of Stargirl, which is the black, and I'm just gonna go along the lash line with this on a MAC 239. And this is what we call push lining the eye, because you're not lining it with a liner, you're just going in with a shadow and pushing it in. It really helps to define the lashes, but also creates a really kind of buffed out, beautiful effect on the eye, which I love so much. So like I said before, there could definitely be less fallout, but fallout isn't really that much of a problem to me. I feel like fallout's like an old problem, like people used to care about fallout. It's just basically that the shadow's been pressed really softly in the factory, and it often means that there's a high level of pigment in the shadow as well. So I personally would rather the shadow be more pigmented and have some fallout than the other way around. Okay, with the fallout all cleaned up, we're actually almost on the final legs of the look. So I'm just going to take the shade Darlings on its own, and I'm going to pop that in my inner corner as the highlight shade. And then why not chuck some of that beneath your brow as well. Okay, now I'm going to wax mascara on, pop some lashes on, whack and pop, nice verbiage, and then we can move on to the skin. Okay, let's get this skin on. So I'm taking the Fit Me foundation from Maybelline in shade 250. So I'm just taking my flat brush and I'm smoothing the skin down. That aloe water has completely worked its way into the skin now, so your skin is looking and feeling fabulous. And then once the skin's smoothed down, just take the flat side of your beauty blender and just use that to blend over the top. And like I always say, I work one section of the face at a time. So I'll go in and do one cheek, and then I'll go in and do the next, and so on and so forth. And don't forget your ears. Okay, taking the same Lasting Collection concealer. What even shade is this? In number 1, Rose Porcelain. Just taking a little bit of that underneath the eyes, on the nose, on the forehead, a little bit on the chin, and then my upper lip. And I'm going to pull the concealer down beneath the eye lower than I usually would, just because I'm going to go in and really blend the shadow beneath the eye this time. So I want the concealer to come down even lower than usual. They've changed this concealer. I'm not happy about this. I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad concealer, but it is not the lasting perfection that I'm used to. It's thinner in consistency. That is so sad. That is my favourite concealer from Superdrug. Do you know what? These bloody people fixing things that ain't broken, eh? Definitely not the same. Okay, so I actually don't have a powder from Superdrug. What I'm going to do is just take the Patricia Bright palette again and take a mix of Natural Glam and Angel, which is the skin tone shade and the white shade, and I'm just going to mix them just to set the very underneath of my eye. Although it may not have as much of the oil controlling aspect, it's still going to work in terms of mattifying the skin down. So maybe if you do have oily skin, or skin that is prone to producing a lot of oil throughout the day, this probably isn't the best tip for you in controlling your oils. But for me, who's just kind of got normal skin, it works out fine. And then I'll say it, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I'm taking Try Me, which is the orange eyeshadow in the palette, and I'm going to use that to warm up my skin. So I'm taking that on the Morphe E4 angled brush. Just warm it up, sis, warm it up. So I've just literally taken that across the cheekbones, along the forehead, and then all underneath the jaw and on your ears. Don't neglect them ears. Got a lot of hoovering going on. It's bloody 9 o'clock at night. So now I'm just going to take the NYX Cinnamon Blush again on the same Morphe E4, and I'm going to use that to just add a little bit of pep into the cheeks. I'll put more blush on than I normally would for this look because the eyes are so big. We don't want the rest of the face to kind of get lost. Now I'm not going to lie, every single Revolution highlighter that I've ever tried from Superdrug is so beautiful, but I kind of want to try this Darlings highlighter from the palette that I took for beneath the brow bone. Oh yeah, that is so pretty. I feel like a goddess. Oh. This might be a little bit of a push, but I'm going to try and use the shade Jet Setter for my brows. Because I've gone for bushy brows today with the soap, I'm just going to take my Morphe 410, M410, and I'm just going to make a straight line at the base of the brow to start with. And then I'm just going to take the brush diagonally and sort of go in the direction that I've put those hairs in. That's actually worked quite alright, that colour. What a good little versatile palette we've found ourselves here. Okay, now that the brows are on, I'm going to take a Morphe 456 and I'm going to take Biggest Fan, which was the transition shade that we took on top, and I'm going to blow this out beneath the eye. So I'm really going to messily apply it and bring it way lower than I usually would. Then I'm just going in with the 100% Cocoa shade, and I'm taking that again a lot lower than I usually would, but containing it just a little bit more than the Biggest Fan shade. And now I'm just taking the Irreplaceable shade, which is the darkest one that I used, and I'm just going in with my Morphe 410 again, and I'm just patting that along the lash line and then gently blending it out underneath. You're going to get eyeshadow in your eye if you do this. Succumb to it. It's just the life. Okay, now I'm taking Barry M's lip liner in Toast. Outline your situation. And then I'm just going to use the Revolution Chocolate Chip Cookie Dough, which is one of their chocolate lip glosses. And I'm just going to use that as my lip colour. Now finish off your situations with some of the Fixing Spray, Vanilla and Coconut Makeup Fixing Spray from Revolution. Drown in it! And then just while it's sitting on your skin, just make sure that you take your little sponge and very gently push that product into the skin, just so that you don't get any little like blobs of spray where it's come out a little bit unevenly. And also if you do have any peach fuzz on your skin, just tapping down with your sponge afterwards will lay the peach fuzz down flat so you don't look like you've got texture where you have. So this is the finished look. Every single product that I used today was from Superdrug. Most of them were from Revolution, and to be honest, most of it was all the Patricia Bright palette. My verdict on this is that it's bloody brilliant. I wasn't sure when I first kind of put the transition shades in if the shades were just a little bit too soft, like just a hair too soft, but I do genuinely think it's because I'm so used to expensive brands using pressed pigments now where it's just pure dry powder that I kind of forgot how nice it is to have a buttery eyeshadow, and it's actually so nice. It's blended out a dream and the colours are so pigmented. So for £20 grab yourself one of these. But yes, thank you all for coming to my channel and watching this video. I hope that it helped in some way, and I hope that it re-inspired you that there's some beautiful palettes out there and some beautiful products from Superdrug that you can use. But again, thank you all so much for watching. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Emily Carman MUA, and it will be down in the description box below. Please let me know if there's anything else that you want to see from me in particular, and if you like this video then feel free to give it a like. Also subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.